So now I just have to write this. We get the reference to the earlier, get the current string. So we import list because we will be using that. Import java.util.list. Then we will create the what do you say the object of our new class. And we'll create over here creating the object of our new class. So private here expert, name it expert, equals new here expert. That's it. Then we create a list, brand list. We get the beer. Then we display the beer type and pending. No, we don't check the beer type. Okay, get brands. Okay, then upon that, get brands. Yes, get this function. Okay, so it checks for the current beer types. Right. Okay, so we have this. So it's all right. So we get here. We create a list, brand list, list of string, brand list equals expert dot get brands, and we pass in the string which is beer type. We will get a list, right? Then we use the string builder brand formatted string brand list display each line, right? And then we display okay. So string uh, builder brands format, but this is not really my style, you know. And list friends formatted with new string builder, right? Then I'll send for say var multiple type inference. So var brand in brand list, right? Then I'll go brands underscore formatted dot append brand. Well, see, this is of type string. Maybe I'll just write string. Then brand dot. Then we append another new line. Append a new line character else. Well. Then finally, okay. So first we get the list of strings depending on the color. Uh, object string builder. This object will help us format the string, right? Separates each type by a new line. Then in the end, I'll go friends.setText and formatted. And there we go. Now I'll simply run this first, update the text view depicting the depicting then run it. Okay, so we have light, JLK lane stout, we go amber, Jack and the red goose, we go brown, alright. So this works. Then we move on to okay, get a list of brands, right? Build a string using the values in the list, right? We'll display each brand on a new line. Then display the results in the text view. Using the BXpert requires pure Java code, so don't worry if your code looks a little different than ours. Yeah, that's okay. So activity code version 2. Here's the full version of the activity code. Apply the changes shown here to your version. Make sure you've added the BXpert class to your project and then save changes. Right. Okay, so I have done this. What happens when you run the code? When the user clicks on find beer button, the onClick find beer method in the activity gets called. The method creates a reference to spinner in text view and gets the currently selected value from the spinner. Right. So on onClick find beer calls the getBrands method in the beer_expert class, passing in the type of beer selected in the spinner. The getBrands returns a list of brands. Then we have the onClick find beer method formats the list of brands and uses it to set text property in the text view. In test driver app, I have done that. When you choose different types of beer, yeah, which you want to build, and now you've added building interactive Android apps, you remove the people. Really, can I? Will it still work? Hmm. Okay, leave it. Ah, anyways, I was on this testing. Then we move on to multiple activities and intents. State your intent. I sent an intent asking you who could handle my action call and was offered all sorts of activities to choose. Uh, Most apps need more than one activity. So far, we have just looked at single activity apps, which is fine for simple apps. But when things get more complicated, just having the one activity won't cut it. We're going to show you how to build apps with multiple activities and how you can get your activities talking to each other using intents. We will also look at how you can use intents to go beyond the boundaries of your app and make activities in other apps on your device perform actions. Oh, things are about to get a whole lot powerful. Silver apps can contain more than one activity. Earlier in the scope, we said that an activity is a single, defined thing that a user can do, such as displaying a list of recipes. If your app is simple, this may be all that's needed. But a lot of times, but a lot of times you'll want users to do more than just one thing. For example, adding recipes as well as displaying a list of them. If this is the case, you'll need to use multiple activities, one for displaying the list of recipes and another for adding a single recipe. The best way of understanding how this works is to see it in action. You're going to build an app containing two activities. The first activity will allow you to type a message. When you click a button in the first activity, it will launch the second activity and pass it the message. The second activity will then display the message. Okay, an activity is a single focused thing your user can do. If you chain multiple activities together to do something more complex, it's called a task. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Create an app with a single activity and layout. Add a second activity and layout. Get the first activity to call the second activity and get the first activity to pass the data to the second activity. Here's the app structure. The app contains two activities and layouts. When the app gets launched, it, it starts activity create message activity. When the user clicks a button in create message activity, receive message activity is launched. Okay. So create message activity. Text entered by create message activity is transformed to receive message activity and then this gets called. So this happens in the app. Get started, create the project. You create a project for the app. You create a project for the app in exactly the same way you did in the previous chapters. Create a new Android Studio project for an application named My Messenger with a company domain of hweb.com and making the package My Messenger. The minimum SDK should be this, so it will work in this activity. You'll need an empty activity called create message activity with a layout activity create message so that your code matches ours. Make sure that you untick the backwards compatibility option when you create the activity. Okay, so we are done with this, and I can create a new project for empty view the activity. Says my yo boy, what is happening? Hello. We need to get that ready.